MovieWeb.com.
One day, somebody's gonna have to make a stand. One day, somebody's gotta say enough.
If I do this, I do it as a man.
But you are not just the man.
You know, after Avatar, I mean, Avatar really set this whole 3D craze into motion, and now Clash is out in 3D. So I was just wondering if you could kind of compare the two 3D experiences for us.
Well, the experience doesn't change for me when they shoot with a 3D camera. My job doesn't change. It's just if you shoot it in 3D camera or convert it, it doesn't change what I do. And I think what Jim's shown people is that 3D, if used correctly, can immerse you in a world. It's a great new tool for storytellers. To take you into these magical places, into these magical realms, and hopefully, push the screen out, disappear the screen, and for however many minutes you're lost in Greek mythology or outer space. So, that's what I like about 3D.
And you think the experience, like as far as the fan experience, like getting to see it on 3D, like Clash will really...
It's like Dolby Digital.
Yeah.
When Dolby first came in, people criticised it. Now we can't live in a world without it. The surround sound just basically kind of immersed us in these planets more, and I think 3D does the same thing.
So there's a great scene in the movie that's sort of like a throwback to the original with the owl with Bubo. And
I wanted to put it, smash it on the ground. I think the scene gets to go a bit for, well, Louis treated that owl with a bit more reverence than he did us. Rightly so, mind you, rightly so.
Did you know the reference? Did they have to tell you about it? Did you see
No, I watched the movie. You've been talking to Mads Mikkelsen, have you? Because I think Mads didn't see the original movie. Because as he said, this is a whole different kind of push on it, a whole different take, so he didn't feel the need to. But I reacquainted myself with the original.
Were you excited that he kind of put stuff in for the fans?
That's kind of cool, those little touchstones. But I've got a 9-year-old nephew. He ain't going to watch the original. As far as he's concerned, he wants this Clash of the Titans. A lot of people grew up with this and they remember it fondly from their childhood. We're hoping to bring the childhood back out of his and start a new Clash of the Titans, say for my nephew and other kids.
So Perseus really is having some problems with Zeus, and after his Earth father is killed, and all that kind of stuff. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about his anger with the gods, and in your acting with Liam in those scenes.
He's an adoptive teenager. That's how I wanted to play him. They kill his family, so he becomes Charles Bronson and goes on a killing spree. And I think that's the thing. We've all had problems with our parents, all of us growing up, and that's how I wanted to look at it. If Terminator's a man being born and Avatar's a kid turning into a teenager, this is a teenager becoming a man. And it's a nice little trilogy for me to play. And I also think that then teenagers who go and see this movie have an action hero that they have an affinity with.
Well, you mentioned those other two films. I mean, you're really 3 for 3 now as far as picking great projects and great roles
I just choose movies that I would go and see. Because then if I spend 5-6 months working on something, every day is a joy.
So that's the process. You really look for something that would be exciting for you to watch as a fan.
Yeah, man. Because why would I bother making it? Yeah. That's the thing. I would go and see this film, and I think that's a good way for me to choose it. No one knows if they've got a successful film or not. You can't choose that. If we did, we'll be going to Vegas. But I would go and see this because it's a lot of fun. We're not doing a history lesson. It's a dude in a skirt with a rubber sword killing monsters. It ain't that hard, You got the Kraken, you got the scorpions the size of dump trucks, a winged horse. It's meant to be a lot of fun. It's meant to be a good time out at the cinema where you and your girlfriend get your $16 worth.
You've got this great scene where you're sort of rallying the troops right before you go to battle with Medusa. And it's kind of like your Braveheart speech.
Well, that's a bit different. I didn't want it to be a Braveheart speech. Like I wrote that, and it was more a case of I want it to be a bit more...
You wrote that speech?
Man. Yeah. And because I didn't want it to be like the Jake Sully speech or a Braveheart speech. I wanted it to be something that he's saying to his family, that his new family, that hey boys, we can do this all together. You're a bunch of good blokes and a piece of wood, and and we're all nervous. I wanted it not to be more, come on, we can do it, but more, I understand. And I think that's a better kind of speech, because we can all go, yeah, I would be nervous too if I'm going to take on the Medusa.
Well, and he's sort of, he's lost his family, he's searching for a family, and he
finds one. Yeah, and that to me is a great theme in the movie. This is a family film, it's 8 to 80 kind of thing. And therefore those themes have to be relevant to the audience. And As I said, it's an adopted teenager who wants to do it by himself, who wants to grow up and be a man and do it with a family. He can only succeed with a group of people.
Release the Kraken!